Hey, this is Rich.
This is Jermaine.
And this is BDE Street. Okay, so, welcome back.
Welcome back.
We have news. So, I guess really the best way to kind of approach it is to just straight shoot and kind of tell you the whole reason behind this and all that. So, we're both, 3 shows in on X's and O's of life, and this is the third for BDE Street. So, as we've, said many, many a times, look, we are doing this for fun, but we also want to make money, and we want to make this be, a job. And so we could just upload 5 times a week or whatever we got to do.
Yeah.
Which, ironically enough, we're going to be damn near doing that anyway soon, because we have our football podcast coming up in a few weeks, and we'll plug all that and get you all the links and all that when that drops. But for the crossover fans, the ones that do the X's and O's, this is going to affect them too. So on the X's and O's, we have kind of a staple, and it is our draft. And it's me, Jermaine, and my wife. Yep. And, eventually we're going to have more people on that, but we're making a slight alteration. We're still going to do X's and O's. That's going to be completely free, not a problem. But we are putting the draft now exclusively on Patreon, right?
Yeah.
So we already have it set up for the tiers. The draft, about a half hour, 20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit more extended than we used to do it on the regular feed, but that'll be $5 a month. So not an egregious big thing. You get four shows a month, essentially 2 hours of content for $5. Mm-hmm. We're feel like we're worth that, yeah. And
I don't know if you worth $5 a month, but I am.
I mean, I have done many things for less money. I'm a dirty whore. So the other part, and this is going to affect the BDE Street, but it's still not a bad deal at all. The BDE Street, this is going to be our last, quote unquote free episode on the regular upload feed. This is strictly going to be on Patreon as well. And how it works is the show itself, once again, an hour at least content. Mm-hmm. You get that, plus you get the draft from, X's and O's. So even if you're not a fan of X's and O's, the drafts are pretty silly. So it's well worth your time. So you get both of those, and that's going to be $8. So once again,
So you get the draft, you get BDE Street, and you get your own draft ideas that you place into the Patreon site that we'll tackle.
Right.
And, because you've shown a commitment to us, to support us, then of course we're going to definitely tackle and make some fun of the draft ideas that you give to us. So $8 a month for all of that. So, to me, what is that, Rich? What is that, 2 shows a week? Or 2, that's the draft, that's the BDE. Yeah. That's 2 shows a week, right?
Yeah, so you're getting about an hour and a half of content a week.
So in a month, that's about 8 shows. So we're talking about
$1 a show.
$1 a show.
Right.
8 shows for $8. To me, that's like, I understand that, we like to, like I said, we've already put a lot of content out there, and, we like having conversations, but we do want to turn a profit. And each show that we're running over an hour or even 30 minutes, if that's not worth $1 to you, thank you for the support that you have showed up until this point, but it cost me more than $3-4 just to get over here one way. So,
And he has to walk uphill both ways.
I mean, we're not if you can find somewhere else to place that $8 per month instead of supporting us, then more power to you. I mean, I could spend $8 at Wendy's just one day. We're talking about $8 for 8 shows. So one of those things where if you have listened to the shows or if you're just now starting, I very seriously doubt if we go a whole show where either you're not laughing a little bit or smirking a little bit.
Yeah.
Or if you're just, I don't know what to call you. You just don't laugh that much. You at least listen to some of the concepts and the ideas that we had.
They're called miserable fucks. Ones that don't laugh.
I mean, you've at least listened to it and nodded your head like, yeah, that's a good point. So, for $8 or $1 a show, it's not worth a laugh or two. Your happiness or your laughing here and there behind, some people that you probably either or you don't know. That's not worth $1 for an hour or hour and a half. I'm sorry. I don't think it's an unreasonable price at all. But hey, that's just my thought.
Well, Jermaine's going to be right back. He's going to go continue beating the shit out of that dead horse. So no, it's one of those things where we have a few other ideas. We would like to kind of go video, and I think that would be a cool idea. I know this stuff just started uploading on YouTube. Now, please understand, I was talking with YouTube today. They're fucking up. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it's not letting me upload this to YouTube, so it's not going to be on that feed. It'll be everywhere else, but whatever. So just kind of sale pending on that. But that is one of the things we do want to do. We do want to go video and do the live thing, and the investment, obviously that's going to cost money and to get all that equipment and all that stuff. We want to make sure if we're going to do that, not only are we getting, I hate to say it this way, but hey, business is business, baby. What are you going to do? We got to make sure we're this isn't a charity case.
No, but the price,
right? Like we want to make sure that we're, it's a sustainable thing, and if people want it, then look, let's do it.
The
but
asking price is not excessive. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like we're not a charity. It's an act of support to me. It's like, okay, I like what y'all doing. I'm gonna support y'all. I mean, how many things have you? I'm not saying everybody on here is dedicating to charities, and we're not a charity case. But at the same time, how many things have you liked, or like simply going to the bar? Your bartender pours you a drink, and they pour pretty handsomely, or they pour according to your liking. What do? You tip them, right? So it's almost like a tip. Like, okay, y'all doing a good job. Here's a tip, but I'm not trying to beat the dead horse, but at the same time, it's like
molesting the dead horse at this point.
Things cost money. I mean, it's just one of those things where,
I get, really just the whole point of this was just letting everybody know, hey, look, BDE isn't going away. It's just going to a different place, and hopefully, we have, laid some semblance of an impression on you. I mean, I know reading, the things that Jermaine shows me, because none of you fuckers post on anywhere else but there. Because apparently I'm not a part of the fucking podcast.
No, but we got one comment, Bumbleboy DH.
Yeah,
Thanks,
did.
DH.
Appreciate you. Following his footsteps, please. I need the validation so I can, make my wife proud of me. No, but look, you can, because I have all the social links, like the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTube, all of those things. It shows you in the description where you can go to kind of I guess participate, for lack of a better term, or just kind of say whatever, and the Patreon is there as well and all that. But look, we're not going to harp on this all episode. I just wanted to kind of let everybody know it's not going away. It's going somewhere else. And, like we've kind of both said, it's pretty fairly priced, honestly. So anyway, we're done with that. That's the news. So this is that last free episode. But, if any of you guys, drop off because you're not, look, I get it. I understand. There's no ill will. There's no hard feelings. I completely get it. We would love to kind of retain you, but we also realize that this is a business move and there is a chance that turnover will happen. And, it is what it is. I get it. But
keep supporting.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't want to do this 20 episodes in either. So, I guess let's kind of just get into it here. So, people with high beams. Listen.
You are fucking crazy with that.
Go fuck yourself with your car. I don't get it. Like, I really don't. I need to understand. I need to understand the rationale of it being 7:00 in summer and the sun's still out, or it's twilight or whatever, and you got your fucking fog lights on, like you're going through.
It's these big fucking Chevy, I don't know what they are, suburban Nissan trucks. And I used to work in a carport store. I care not to name the car part store because they didn't pay me jack shit. But you had people that came in deliberately looking for the highest and the brightest light. And even stated.
Yeah, did they say why?
They stated they wanted to be the brightest thing on the road. I'm like,
why?
So, like, do you have an eye impediment? Say no. I mean, do you got dirty eyeballs? Say no.
That's an inside joke.
No, but they are expensive. I mean, the tier, okay, just to give you an idea of the pricing. The dimmest bulb is kind of like an economy bulb, and that could run you maybe $10 a bulb or something like that. It's not very expensive,
it's not bad.
But it's underneath the factory. So whenever you drive off the lot with, it's almost like a bulb that's like a replacement until you get the replacement.
It's like the donut of the bulbs.
The donut of the bulbs. That's a good analogy there.
You're welcome.
Fair, Fred. No, but yeah. So that's about $10 a bulb. Then you can move up to the factory, which is about $20 a bulb, and that's the regular brightness that people need.
Not bad at all.
Then there's the one level up that's like $30 a bulb, and that's a little bit brighter, but that's still not ridiculous like the people you see on the road. Then there's a level up there that's like $40 a bulb. Like, it's basically going up $10 a bulb.
Yeah. So what's the end all be all one?
It's the one at the top, which is like $50 a bulb. It's like $100 for these two bulbs for your headlights, and people come in and pay it religiously. Like, they don't even, and they're like, they almost say that they want to be that asshole on the road, but they don't say it. They indirectly tell you.
Yeah, they do. They
basically they say, "Hey, I want to be the brightest thing on the road." And as I ring them up and they're walking out, I'm like, "You asshole!"
Which is pretty ironic because they're the dumbest motherfucker in the store. So that's fine. Yeah, see that
I would never. Look, I wouldn't pay $100. I wouldn't pay $100 for a pair of replacement bulbs in my vehicle.
I just feel like it's a danger, man. Like, we were talking off air, and you have more of an issue when they're coming out from behind you. I will straight go because I'm I was gonna say I'm blonde hair, blue eyes, but I don't have any hair anymore. No hair on my noggin. But I'm blue eyes and.
But you're in a actual sedan, like a car. I am in a SUV that's supposed to be high up, but it's kind of lower to the ground. And these are these big Nissan Titan.
Right.
What's Ford F-150? Like, you're already towering enough. Your lights are already bright enough, and it feels like they're on the back of my neck. It feels like a cop flashlight to begin with. Now you add in the fact that you added can you imagine a cop putting in an even brighter bulb to blind you as they ask you a question. It's like, what? Wow.
I don't know. I have a real tough time. Like I don't have to close my eyes when I'm going, I'm going down, they're coming up. But it's like, I pray that I can stay straight. Cause I'm like, this is fucking garbage. Like there is no reason you need it. So those people that do this, if you listen here, just stop listening. Cause I don't like you as a person.
You ever notice though, those same people that are behind you, that is bearing down on you, they're going exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
Like you make a turn, you deliberately make a turn to the right just to get away from them, and they turn right with you. It's like,
yeah.
Are you really going this same way? I almost ready to pull over and just like, mate, drive past me.
Yeah. It's tough because, I don't know. I just don't get the logic behind it. Like, why do you need to? Like, why do you need to do it at that? Like, you're not in a fog. You're not in bumfuck Egypt. Nowhere. There's no lights on the side of the roads.
The person behind the wheel is like, really like when they get behind somebody, are they saying to themselves, I'm loving being this asshole, or are they just not naive and they don't even know that they're blinding the passenger behind them? In front of them.
It's the latter, and that actually makes it worse because it's like an unconscious. You're a dick by birth. Like you're not a dick by choice. You're not choosing to do this. You're just, and yeah, you're just a bad person just by your birthright. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those little things that just bug the shit out of me that I can't. All right. So now that we got my little rant out of the way, everyone's favorite segment here, the dumb shit that happened to us this week. I will go unless you got something.
Well, my thing was, I'll go first.
Okay.
I used to frequent a certain spot, a place, go out, hang out at a certain place, and have a few drinks, see some friends, see some women.
I wonder where he went. Ooh, stay tuned, guys.
And I used to go almost faithfully, like pretty much every Friday and Saturday.
That ain't almost. That is faithfully.
Yeah, every weekend, and was put into a situation where did not go for maybe 3 weeks.
I was going to say at least 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, and still feeling this urge, almost like an addiction, like, oh man, I gotta go see what's going on. And I think this is not something that I think just happened to, this happens to people that may leave a certain neighborhood or just comfortability of just friends or certain friends that they hang around. That's an interesting little, it doesn't have nothing to do with the place that I'm going to. It's certain company that you keep around yourself.
There it is.
That you say to yourself, I need to continue to be part of this group that is kind of detrimental to my survival. Well, not survival, but detrimental to my happiness, so to speak. And everybody has a different definition of happiness. Right. That's why I put the quotations around it. If you could see that's why we need to get the YouTube thing so y'all can see the visuals. You can see my air quotations.
That's called a shameless plug.
Yes, it is.
He's getting real good at it. I'm so proud of him. It's like he's growing up. It's cute. Go ahead.
But yeah, people think that they have to flock or covet a certain situation or a certain circumstance, and they don't. So I went back to this place thinking that I'm missing something like, oh my God, I know I done missed so much. There's probably so many different people. I go back and it's like I never left. It's the same people standing in the same exact spot doing the same exact thing as if nothing happened. And like I said, and this is not just a bar. This is just not a strip club. This is not just a, this could be a hood. This could be a friend's night out. This could be a ghetto. This could be all types of things that you put yourself into a certain situation where you feel like you kind of force yourself to fit in. And then you find out that you're more happy being away from the nonsense and the noise. And on top of that, it's helping you
heal,
get better, heal, get better. Same thing. Yeah. It's helping you propel yourself into a better person. So yeah, I mean, that's just the dumb shit that I witnessed this week. I'm like, wow.
It almost feels like, and sounds like, I guess it's probably a better way to put it. It almost sounds like that was one of the better things that could have happened is you removed yourself, whether by choice or force or whatever, from that situation. And then when you had that urge to go back, you went back. You're like, why the fuck did I spend so much time here? Like, there was nothing here for me.
And that's, you can even apply that to an addiction, like some type of addict, right. I mean, some type of drug addiction or some type of, it could be alcohol addiction. It could be any type of addiction where you feel you need to go back and you keep telling yourself you're missing so much because you didn't go back. Right. And then when you do go back, you find out, why was I doing this in the first place?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Damn. So it's almost like...
You need to start going first because you can't... last time you was like, how am I going to follow that silly shit up? But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, mine's not nearly as good. I'm just going to kind of make fun of the wife here.
Okay.
So, see now how you buy muffins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they come in a 4-pack. So...
I don't buy too many, but...
Don't you have a fucking horse to beat? Anyway.
Muffin Man. You sound like somebody off of Shrek.
I don't even know.
You don't even know.
Right.
On Shrek, there's a Muffin Man, but go ahead.
So, I think I'm going to add another tier to the Patreon to get a new fucking host.
There's openings. Help wanted.
Yes, please. So, yeah, no. They're like the little 4-pack of muffins. So, I come down here 2 days ago. I'm like, I'm going to go maybe... I didn't even come down to get a muffin. I just kind of just looked over. And there is a muffin that is just beheaded, for lack of a better term. No, not even mangled.
Oh.
Just this, this woman ate the top of the muffin and left the bottom part.
Sitting in the little grooves of the container.
Right. And I looked over there, I'm like, the fuck? What is this? And when I saw it, I knew exactly who did it and why it happened. And then, I don't know, it was about a few hours later, she just saunters down. I was like, hey, what happened over there? She's like, well, I like that part of the muffin. The other part sucks. I'm like, it's the same goddamn thing, right? It just has like little granulated sugar on it, yeah?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it really wasn't that long of a story. It was just kind of like I realized that muffins aren't safe in this house because my wife is a monster. So, pretty much all kind of muffins beware that, half of you is important. And
you saying that it's all the same thing. It is, but it's not.
No.
It's almost like when you have a slice of pizza. I know when I have maybe 4 slices or 3 slices of a pizza, and when I start getting to the stuffing point, I don't eat the whole slice. I start just tearing off the toppings. Like, start tearing off just the cheese and the
Oh, you're a fucking monster.
I mean, like after, because it's too much bread.
Then stop eating, fat ass. What
After
are you doing?
I got past the 3rd piece, I'm like, I still want some of this pizza because it's good, but I don't want to feel bloated like a cow So
with all the carbs, you just want all the cheese.
I just want the cheese and the meat. So I start ripping the cheese and the meat off, and then leave the sauceless piece of dough and throw that shit in the trash. And I count that as eating another slice. I'll be like, yeah, man, I had 5 slices. Meanwhile, I had really 3 slices and some cheese and some meat.
Right. Congratulations, you have the high score and diabetes. Good job. But yeah,
no, but I mean, that's what I'm talking about. The muffin.
It's
like,
not
if
the
that's
same.
The part that she likes.
It's not. It's not the same. But basically, what she's doing is she's getting a cupcake, licking the fucking icing off, and putting the cupcake back in the canister for someone else to fucking deal with.
But her response to that could be, "I'm a grown ass woman.
Barely.
I can do what I want because I paid the cost to be the boss, so to speak."
I don't know. Don't eat. If you're gonna eat the muffin, eat the whole goddamn muffin or throw it away. Don't leave the dry ass, sad little muffin legs. I don't know, man.
Said muffin legs.
I don't know what you. Well, because there's the muffin top and then there's the muffin legs. What do you call them? The muffin bottom?
The muffin ass, huh?
There you go.
Don't let it up, man.
Yeah, so that was.
I would be eating the muffin from the bottom down.
You're a weird guy. So yeah, that's kind of the dumb stuff that happened. It wasn't really that kind of egregious, but it was just one of the like, oh, this is a bit of a eye-opening moment on who and what I married. So yeah, I guess there's a few other things I kind of want to touch on here. Restaurants that went away. My favorite is Damon's because I think they like went under. But if anyone remembers that,
have you ever? I mean, when did they go out of style? Like,
man, I don't know, like 10, 15, I don't know. There used to be one down.
Is there any left anywhere in this area?
I don't think so, man. Like, the only one I knew of was the one down on the waterfront. And...
But you said that, like, for me, Damon's, my first thing to come to my mind is ribs.
Yeah.
Like, good Memphis-style rubbed ribs. Even though, you know, probably the people in Memphis would beg to differ because, you know, there's nothing like Memphis ribs unless you're in Memphis. I understand. But, of course, just like there's nothing like a Philly cheesesteak unless you're in Philly. But they ribs were good to me. I mean, but I didn't go, I didn't go as far as to miss them. So, what did you grab off that
Buffalo chicken sandwich. Sweet baby Jesus. Listen,
buffalo chicken sandwich.
That motherfucker was as large as my thigh, and they put like a loaf of bread on each side, and like no, it wasn't like I don't like sweet heat. I don't like that kind of combo of it, but it had just like a little subtle undertone of sweetness that it just I don't know. It added a little bit of tang to it, and they just did it right. And then
see if I ate something like that. A buffalo chicken big sandwich, you would make me a member of the Hot Boys, BG, Bubble Guts.
Listen, you drink a cup of water and you're damn near shitting yourself. So,
oh my god,
we've had discussions. He has either the worst or the best digestive system of all time. I really don't know.
Man, I can't eat hot stuff, man. I used to love it. It's lovely going down, but it's helicopter coming out. So when I mean helicopter...
No, we don't need to go there. Here's the thing. So we're going to have a rule where he can't talk about shit because he just, for whatever reason, he just gets into it and he just gets real happy and starts going on tangents. So we gotta reel him in on his poops.
If y'all want to know about what helicopter means,
No.
I'll tell you on a different show, or you can request that.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Yes, they do.
Nobody wants to hear that. That is... You need to learn our audience, sir. My goodness.
So Damon's is yours.
Yeah, now that I have a fucking visual, thank you. See? Good God. Anyway,
Damon's.
yeah, Damon's was the tits, man. And I don't know what happened to it. I got a few more here, too. We can kind of go back. It'll be like a little pseudo draft here a little bit.
A little baby back and forth, huh?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Sorry. I'm telling you. There's Golden Corral now, which is terrible to me. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. But when I was a kid, growing up, every once in a while, the family, my mom and dad would say, hey, let's gather up in the minivan, and we would go to Old Country Buffet. Old Country Buffet was those buffets before buffets. I mean, that was the OG of buffets. And of course it's OG of buffet. It's called Old Country Buffet. So we used to enjoy going there, and I don't know. I haven't seen any. I don't know where one exists anymore.
I do. I think there is one in West Mifflin on that little kind of plaza that's like right next to what was Century 3 Mall.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the last time I saw one, but that stuff was...
I don't know.
That stuff was gross.
I don't know if it's nasty now. I mean, my adult taste buds.
I remember
it
was like the blandest food ever. I got a good one.
All right.
Kentucky Hut.
What are you talking about?
You've never heard of Kentucky Hut?
No. Kentucky Hut?
It is a KFC.
What does that sound like?
It is a KFC, a Taco Bell, and a Pizza Hut.
Okay. I'm about to say that sounds like exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Here I am hitting my fist. But yeah.
I don't know the last time I saw that, but my God.
I still see 2 of the versions of the 3. But
right.
I haven't seen all 3 together recently, over the past 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, I think they're all owned by the same person. Either that or maybe one of them pulled out. But...
yeah, now I see KFC mixed with... is it Taco Bell?
I don't know. I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, KFC, Taco Bell. Yep, I've seen one of those recently, but everyone... it's almost like... it's almost like a threesome that everybody loved and went in on, and then all of a sudden it was like, hey, this ain't a good idea. Let's go our separate ways.
Someone in the threesome got married. That's what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen those. I'm telling you, I keep going back to my childhood.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the childhood on the streets of Aliquippa is second to none. I mean, we was broke, we was poor, but it's memories that live with you forever, and you can't get past them. And one of the memories of a department store that was in Aliquippa was out at the plaza. And all y'all people that live in Aliquippa, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It was Hills Department Store. And Hills, I don't even care what they sold as far as clothes or whatever they had.
Nobody knew.
Like the thing that they wanted people to buy was, I guess, the clothes and I mean, you got toys, okay?
Right.
You would look at the toys and be like, ooh, I want that for Christmas. But Hills' main attraction was at the beginning of Hills.
Yep.
Soon as you walked in, you smelled that goddamn popcorn.
Yep.
Holy hell. And them soft pretzels and the slushies. Man, Hills had the game on lock, yo. And I'm telling you, everybody from Aliquippa can attest to that. Hills refreshment section is... I don't even know if Hills still exists. Like, I remember you said most of them got bought out by Ames or some other company or something.
My grandma used to work at Hills.
Oh, shit.
Legit, she worked in the shoe section, and I was amped up because me and the grandpa would go and pick her up, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah! Guess who's getting popcorn? This guy."
Hills, man, I'm telling you, yo, that was like amazing. It really was.
Yeah, I remember the one in Duquesne. It was that, then Ames, and then like this weird flea market internal, like, everything has to go now for a nickel type of place.
What?
No, not like really a nickel, but
No, I know. I mean,
it was like
hurry up, fire sale.
Right. Yeah, it was like a liquidation kind of thing, and I don't never know what happened there, but kind of felt like a knockoff place. Like if Wish.com had a fucking storefront.
Speaking of knockoff, have you ever had a Gabriel's? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Gabriel Brothers. I worked at a Gabriel Brothers with
You
Tiff.
worked?
I worked at a Gabriel Brothers with Tiff for a little bit. Yeah.
Man, you would go into Gabriel Brothers, right? And you would see a Jerry Rice jersey that had an 8 from Seattle and a 0 from San Francisco or some shit.
Look, I was in there. I saw a pair of Timbs and like
They said Bims.
nah, like the tree was at like a 45-degree angle. I called them Toms.
You had a pair of Timbs with the Karate Kid with bonsai tree on them and shit. Like not the
bad.
real Timberland tree, yo. Golly, yo.
Yeah, Gabriel Brothers is like the dollar store of clothing places.
And it was always something wrong. Like
Well, no, that was their thing. Like they had irregular stuff.
yeah. I mean, I understand their concept, but it was just like it would be certain things that I would go on Gabe's and I'd be like, "Oh, I think I might have hit it big," and it was certain things that you didn't even notice that to the naked eye, everything was fine. But there was a small little secret that Gabe shared with you with that piece of clothing. Like suppose you had a pair of pants that were, Levi blacks or Jinko blacks. Looked awesome to the naked eye. But then when you got home, there was either a zipper missing or a button. Like something that was insignificant.
A zipper. God,
I mean, a zipper is kind of...
I wouldn't be surprised though. Like that's a fucking horrible revelation.
It was just always like there was never a perfect piece of clothing that came out of that place. No. So it was just, you knew that going in though. It was almost like you knew before you stepped your foot across that little door that opened automatically. You knew that you were walking into a world of the misfits from the island on those stupid Rudolph the Reindeer specials that come on during Christmas time.
Island of Misfit Toys?
Yeah.
There it is. That's why I'm here for you. So let me ask you this. Is Burlington the new Gabe's?
Somewhat. But Burlington is a little bit more pristine, a little more crisp. But they still got that hint of Goodwill ghetto to them. But Burlington's a little bit more crispy.
So it's like the big brother that finally got a good job, but he's only getting 20 hours a week. Got it. All right. Fair enough.
All right. Let's switch gears, man. Let's.
Okay.
I think we beat that one into the ground.
Am I beating the dead horse now?
No.
I was going to say, fuck that horse, man.
No. So, favorite. Well, not favorite, just a memorable or favorite sports memory that you can think of in your, 37 years of life?
Oh, damn near, yeah.
Okay.
Coming soon. Actually, funny enough, that would be a cool little birthday present. My birthday is on the 4th, so not saying shameless plug
Mine
here.
is on the 26th, so, and that's another thing. It's not like we got together and was like, hey, man, we got birthdays in May. Let's be cool. It just happens that lays down like that. But
so I'm just saying it'll be a nice little present to see some little additions to the Patreon, Anyway, cough, cough, wink, wink. All right, favorite?
Like a sports memory that resonates with you very well. You'll never forget it. If they dug you up 20 years later, maybe 50 years later, and said, what is your sports memory that you remember? Just your corpse would say...
Oh, man, so I had one. Then I had another one.
Dang.
Oh, shit.
Your course would be like, Mom, we sending you back. Because you can't decide.
Okay. You know what? This is my podcast. Fuck you. I'm going to do 2.
All right. Let's do it.
Mario coming back and buying the team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because he literally saved the Pens.
Because they was about to get sold.
Yeah.
I remember that. It
And
was potentially going to a different city.
And I remember him coming back and playing, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, because I was at that point, 14? So I was cognizant enough, but like in 91 and, that time when he was actually playing, I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. I would say the more recent one, and it's very Homer.
I mean, just to ask you a question, I'm not.
Yeah.
I know hockey, but I don't know hockey. So was Mario Lemieux was he like the Tom Brady of hockey, or was that Wayne Gretzky? Or
Fuck Gretzky. So if there was a Mount Rushmore, he's definitely on the Mount Rushmore.
For real? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's real hard to not be biased and say
that's all I'm about to say. Is that like a Pittsburgh thing, or
no? So he's always in like the top 3 or 5 discussion of all time.
Of greatest of
like,
all time.
GOAT. Yeah, like
wow.
there some people
and
say
him, Messier. What is it? Not Messier?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So it's
definitely Gretzky.
Gretzky, Lemieux, Gordie Howe. You put him in there.
Never even heard of him.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's a whole different thing. So yeah, when Mario came back, and the more recent one, and look, I got no shame. This got me all kinds of emotional. When Kutch came back, and his first kind of step out at PNC Park, and him kind of breaking down.
That recently just happened. I see that right on, Root Sports, and it's like not Root Sports. It ain't even. I'm calling it Root Sports.
Fuck it. It's
what is it called? AT&T.
I don't know.
Or something?
It's Root.
It's Root to me. Yeah,
right, it's Root to me. I remember that. I remember that was still Prime Sports, and we'd go to commercial, and it'd be like, doo 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 doo. Yeah, old as shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, McCutch. He definitely looked around the crowd, and he was. Yeah.
And I tried to explain it to the wife, because the wife kind of mocked me a little bit, and I'm like, you gotta understand, they haven't been successful other than that little wild card kind of stretch a few days.
2013,
but before that, it was 91, 90. I didn't know what the hell's going on. So the only success I've seen with this team was surrounded when he was the nucleus, and then seeing him come back, it's I don't know. It was a beautiful, amazing moment. I'm a very sports heavy dude, so I don't know. That sounds
interesting. One of your best sports moments has happened recently,
right?
Within the past 6
and they're both comeback stories.
Months.
Like that's like the weird kind of. All right, what about you?
Since you picked 2, I'm gonna pick 2 as well. My first comes as far as Pop Warner League at Aliquippa for the Aliquippa Quips. And I played for the Termites. Like, there was in Pop Warner, there's a certain level. Like, the youngest kids are called twerps. And then, I'm dead serious.
Really?
I mean, like, you're called the Aliquippa twerps. And then there's the mid-level, which is the Termites, which is the level I'm talking about. And then there was the Mighty Mites. And then there was, varsity. Or not varsity. What was they called?
I was going to say, like, they got
midgets. They were called the midgets. So it went from, I'm dead serious. This is the terms that they use, man.
Named that.
I mean, it was twerps.
Yeah.
Termites. Mighty Mites. And then midgets was the 4th level. And then after midgets, it would get into junior high and then you would go into varsity and then high school. Of course, the Aliquippa plan as far as being a football player was well defined to you. And that's why so many legends come from Aliquippa. That's why so many, football players were bred here, because it's explained to you very early. There is no, how nowadays there's, no kid left behind, and you can't, you got to let everybody participate.
Everybody gets a trophy type of thing.
No, not with Aliquippa coaches.
Okay.
They will cuss you out, and you are only 5 years old, and they don't even care. They don't care. They're like, hey, man, we about winning. And you understand immediately, like, we have to play to a certain standard. Like, it's this Mike Tomlinism. The standard is the standard. And it's like, that has been going on since the 70s in Aliquippa, So my memory is I was a termite, and we were in the playoffs, and we were one game away from going to the championship game. And this is Aliquippa. I'm not a big contributor. I'm part of the team, but my brother is on the team, and he's the running back. He's one of the star running backs that they somehow didn't use or utilize enough. He had a nickname. His name was James Crazy Legs Poole. And that's, my last name is Poole. So my brother was this gifted running back that was faster than everybody on the team. But for some reason, the coach that was coaching the team did not let him start. He only used him in situations, like desperate situations. He would wait until it's 4th and 16 and then hand the ball to my brother. And my brother would, same play, come around the end. The name of the play was strong right, fake 42-19, which means you fake it to the running back up the middle, and you head to the scat back that went into a slot position, and he comes around the corner, and it's almost like a reverse, like a fake handoff, and then a jet sweep type thing, where you fake the handoff off the middle, and then you hand it to the man coming this way. And my brother would turn around and hit that corner, and he had these red shoes on. I remember it. He used to wear these red shoes. My brother would hit this corner, and he would take off, and he would score almost, I would say, 90% of the time. But the coach would never use him. He would only use him in desperate situations. Meanwhile, the starting tailback would be, somebody that's running like a Najee Harris, that's just running up the middle for 3 or 4 yards. Then they do another play, run Najee Harris again, 4 yards, run another play. And then every once in a while, let's get cute and hand Crazy Legs Poole the ball around the end. The reason why I'm talking about this and I build this up is we were in the playoffs. Like I said, we were one game away from the championship game. And we were playing in a city or a town called Chippewa. And it was very muddy. It was very grim. It was very cold that day. And the field was like unbearable. You could barely get traction. And Aliquippa, up until this time, was blowing teams out by 20, 30 points. But they ran into this well-disciplined team called Chippewa. And we played them, and we got to a point in the game where I think the game was like 7-6 or something like that. Like, it was a very low-scoring game because, like I said, the mud and the conditions and so on and so forth. So they called my brother in. Here's a desperate situation. They hadn't run him the whole game. Desperate situation. We're down 7-6. They're winning 7-6. They give it to my brother. Same play. He scores. The whole 9.
Okay.
He scores the touchdown. Whole 9. They call it back because one person supposedly was holding, which...
So it was like the NFL then. Perfect. Okay.
So they call it back. They don't score. We lose the game. 7-6. So the only thing that makes it memorable, though, is the next level up, which is the Mighty Mites of Aliquippa, had my other brother on the squad, which is my brother that's 2 years older than me, Dwayne, or Roughneck Tactics. And they just saw the heartbreak that happened to us, the Termites that we just lost. And they went and played their team. And they played their team the hardest I have ever seen a football team play another team. I mean, they gave whoever, I can't even remember the team they were playing, but they gave them so much hell, and it was so much screaming, and they said, this is for y'all. And they won their game, and they won the championship. And that was like a memorable moment that will always stick with me for the rest of my life, because it was just like, we lost, but we somehow got a mulligan by
vicariously living through the
by
nice.
the older group, you know. So I'll never forget that memory. That's a sports memory.
That's one of those like personal ones that.
I mean, that was an amazing thing. My second one was, I remember the Steelers. We kept getting close. And then we lost the Super Bowl to Dallas with Neil O'Donnell throwing the 2 picks to Larry Brown. And everyone talked about how great it was in the Steelers with the 70s. And I'm like, I was born in 78. So I didn't enjoy none of that. I didn't see any of that greatness. I grew up with Bubby Brister and Mark Malone. You know what I mean? So it was like, I'm never going to see a championship in my life with the Steelers. And when Cowher and we played Seattle, and remember that season? That was the whole Jerome Bettis and the tackle, and we almost lost it. And that Seattle Super Bowl, finally seeing a Super Bowl trophy get lifted while I am still alive, was an accomplishment for me. I mean, I remember the day. I remember me and my boy Philly Cat, you know, my boy Manny. We went outside. It was freezing outside, but we went outside and we went crazy, and we threw our towels, and we drove up to Pittsburgh and tried to join in the parade, but there was no parade because it was so cold, and the cops were so used to the city already parading that they blocked off certain sections. So it was a wasted trip, but that's a memorable sports memory that'll always stick with me as well.
Fair enough. So kind of weird that it's kind of crazy. Like we covered like the 4 major things, like the Whippeal, essentially.
Yeah.
Steelers, Pens, Pirates.
And unintentionally.
Unintentionally. That's crazy. That's funny. Huh. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say... All right, well, to wrap it all up here, I guess, we're at, the 50-something-ish minute thing? I can't count. You know, I hate to say this is the end of a chapter, because it's not really the end of a chapter, but we're kind of evolving, I guess, just with any business, because at the end of the day, this is a business. There's no other way to look at it.
Moving on, moving up, moving out.
Yeah. You know, we'll kind of end it how we started it. We're not going to harp on it, but, you know, we really want to move this forward and start making some moves. And, you know, one of the things that many people have mentioned to us is, look, go video. Okay. Like, that is a good idea. I dig it. But we're looking for the support to make sure the investment is there. And, you know, Jermaine put it the best way that I can't really think of a better way to put it. It's $1 a show. $8 for BDE and the draft on X's and O's, and $5 just for the draft. So, you know, I understand this is probably going to ruffle some feathers. Some people aren't going to care. Some people are going to subscribe. Look, whatever you want to do, we appreciate it, but, you know, we're trying to grow it, and, you know.
I mean, we're just trying to make sure we, continue the support that you guys have shown us, and like I said, we appreciate it. And if there was a reciprocal effect or a reciprocation that's involved, we just ask for a tip for pouring your drink, a tip for making you laugh, a tip for making you think, scratch your head a little bit, and a barmaid, you got DoorDash people out there that's whole kicking your food and spitting all on your food if you don't tip them $20 or something. But that's a whole nother story. But I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Keep supporting us. In the words of a famous movie, The Five Heartbeats, I got to fight every night to prove my love. That's all I'm saying is I'll fight every night to prove my love if y'all show me the love. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll continue to, this is the last BDE that is probably available to you, minus the Patreon subscription. So, if you want to continue to hear the content or you enjoyed yourself this evening, please subscribe by all means. And if you enjoyed any of the draft conversations that we had on X's and O's of life, please feel free to, subscribe to that platform or to subscribe to both platforms, the $8 or the $5 platform. And I really appreciate doing this. I really appreciate having the conversations. And me and my boy Rich, we love doing this.
Love it. It's like a weird.
We get excited about it. I mean, we talk. We don't necessarily brief each other on we're going to talk about because we want to keep it. We want to keep it authentic and as raw as possible. So we want to catch each other off guard, right. But at the same time, we both can see the excitement in each other leading up to the shows that we're getting ready to record.
And I think all that comes through. And look, full disclosure, I think this episode, I was definitely in a weird place because there was a few meetings I had that kind of, rattled me, and you'll kind of see what that means in the next few weeks probably, as certain things start kind of coming out, information wise. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just one of those like, damn, this is actually doing something. So, tune in for that. Wink, wink, cliffhanger. But yeah, it's been a great time, and I really do think you guys can hear the passion. Like just the, I don't know, like I know you can't see us, but you know how you kind of you hear someone how they're talking and you can hear like the smile on their voice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, I don't know. I'm
you
hoping,
can almost paint a picture in your head. So even though no one has seen us or anything like that outside of our peers that we may have sent this to, they know what we're doing. Like, I mean, you can paint a visual in your head.
Right.
And like I said, I want to continue to provide this content, and I want to continue to.
And we're still going to. It's just if you want to get it, you got to pay for it. I hate to say it that way, but it's the reality of it. And
I mean, you get what you pay for. Yeah. I mean, it's you can get into all types of stories where, like, I mean, how much free content can you receive? I mean, at some point, it's going to be, it asks for some type of support. I don't. Like I said, pay for. I don't. Pay for is a strong word. I just like support. Like, help me out.
If you can't tell, then you're probably a little inept. This is super awkward for us because it's not like we're not comfortable doing this because we're not asking for handouts. It's not. But both
of us are too independent to ask for handouts.
Right, exactly. But we also understand this is a business, and the point of any business is to make money.
Absolutely.
and to progress the business. Because that's the thing. We're not just going to pocket the money and be like, all right, I'm going to go to Wendy's. No, we're gonna,
Dang, what a hell of an accomplishment or a goal. I'm trying to make enough money to go to Wendy's.
Listen, don't you dare say nothing bad about a JBC. I'll fucking take you outside. I'll take you outside. I'll fucking fight you. I don't know. You want to fight for your love? Let's go. But no, like that. We're gonna invest it back into the show and
make it better and make it more accessible. And I mean, who knows? The sky's the limit with that.
That's exactly because this thing started with nothing, like two dumb motherfuckers talking on a couch.
Yeah,
and now all of a sudden we're like 6 shows in, and we're like, wow, this didn't die yet. This is pretty great. But anyway, listen, I've redone kind of how I put all the links in the notes section. So there is the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTube, which is currently fucked up, the aforementioned Patreon, yada, yada, yada. So please, please, please communicate with us. Not just Jermaine. Fuck that guy.
You better stop backhanding YouTube, because YouTube will backhand the hell out of you.
Well, YouTube is broken right now, so they can backhand whoever they want to. But they've already backhanded me. What are you gonna do? Like, pimp hand is way strong. But yeah, so but I it really is killing me though that YouTube thing isn't working. But I'll still put it in there. Eventually, it'll get hashed out. I'm dealing with them on their end. But please communicate, say stuff. Like I said, we got a few comments.
Leave comments, yeah.
Because we want
to leave comments online, like he stated.
Like I can't
instead
see
of the
this.
comments coming to me in my group chat, and let's leave them in a public place that everybody can see it.
Right.
Because we are in a world where likes and dislikes and all that matters the most. We're in a world where comments and reviews and all of that, I mean, that gets taken very seriously, and that's how we take to our producers, because our producers pretty much said to us, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we need your content to be shopped around. Like, can you prove that your content is in demand? And that's what we want to do, you know? So, and we need the comments to show them that.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a great point. Like, you get eyes on it because people are actually paying attention to it. If y'all are just texting Jermaine, no one knows.
No one knows it but me and everybody in the group chat.
Right. So
I mean, that's it.
Like it's one of those things. Like, we appreciate that, but you need to show other people that you appreciate it. Which sounds like so douchey, but it's like, well, this is the world we live in now. So. Yeah. But no, but more importantly, like I want to see what you guys are saying, like what your suggestions are, like just any. I don't put me in the corner, damn it.
He said, isolate me, and
I'm all just like, yeah, fuck that other guy. It's fine.
Yeah,
but so all that stuff's gonna be in there. I'm gonna pretty much upload this immediately after this, and I hope to God we see every single one of you guys next Saturday. For the ones that fall off, look, I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the 3 shows. Hopefully you mull it over and come on over. But, there's literally no hate or disrespect on this side. If you don't, that's the beautiful thing about the
free will.
Free will. I don't know why I was going to say willpower.
I'm about to say, what are you about to say?
Listen, it's like, it's fucking midnight. Shut up. But yeah.
So tune in to X's and O's of Life on Saturday, and we're going to continue this train. We are going to continue this train, and we hope that you are a passenger in the train as opposed to a casualty of the train, because we're going to keep going. I'm not trying to run anybody over, but at the same time, the train's going to keep moving. So hopefully you get on. If you don't, hopefully you catch another train that may do something for you.
Okay, so we're just gonna real quick break that one down. So that took me on a roller coaster of emotions. I was like, hopefully you're a passenger on this train. I'm like, ooh, that's sexy. Hope you're not a casualty. What? I'm like, holy shit! You went from like, I'm hoping that you're on the train.
I'm saying, if you're standing there at the train stop,
listen, I understand the
and
analogy.
the train, and you don't get on the train, or you're standing in front of the train, what is that train going to do? It's going to run you over. Is it not?
Now, seriously, are these analogies not worth $8? I'm just saying. But, like, yeah, like, I was just kind of like, damn, that painted a picture. And it was fucked up because someone ended up getting hit by a train. But, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that I'm Rich.
And I'm Jermaine.
And this was BDE Street, so...
Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and just let you know that, toodles, bitches.